5, en 4, en 3, en 2. ¡Tit! Ya ganó.
Sup?
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 Hello.
What's up?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Fantastic Comics Presents. This is episode number 39 of our weekly descent into despair. It's been a real crazy week, and I want to welcome everybody that's here. I'll be saying hi in just a moment, but first I'd like to introduce myself to you. My name is Yule. I run and own Fantastic Comics. Scrolling at the bottom of the screen, you can see our hours of operation and stuff that you may want to check out. We also are on social media at Fantastic Comics, and if you somehow found your way here by accident, we talk about comic books, but I also talk about comic books from a comic book store owner's point of view. And I'm going to turn this camera on in a second. I'm just kind of warning you if this is your first time. First, though, let me introduce everybody to my guests, my co-hosts, my guest co-hosts, my co-guest hosts. First up, we have Bruja. Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. Like you said, long week. So it's good to actually hear some other voices and see some familiar faces.
Yeah, and not only that, you read some comic books this week.
I did.
All right, so you'll be plugging some comic books in addition to your OnlyFans account, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get to that in a little bit. You know what? Maybe we should get it now so we don't have to make Jeff red in the face. I mean,
yeah, that's true.
You know, that'd be so embarrassing.
And you'll also have to forgive me. I'm like coming off of Benadryl, so I might be a little stupid.
Benadryl. Which one is Benadryl for those of you at home that don't know?
The active ingredient is diphenhydramine, and it's just an antihistamine that is anti-itch. So it works for like sinuses as well as topical things. And I'm dealing with some like really bad spider bites and stuff on my feet. So I'm just
on your feet.
Yeah, it's really weird. I have these really bad.
We did it. We have feet on the show now.
It's happening. It's happening.
Yikes!
Yeah,
Yikes.
It's like I don't know. Bugs really love me.
You can do like pimple extractions and stuff. I'm sure there's a lot of freaks out there.
Oh yeah, no, there are like subreddits, and you say that like I'm not. No, we won't get into that. No, like it's. I wish I could just pop them and make it go away. They're like hard little bumps. It must be spider bites or something, but
Oh, and they get kind of blackish also if they stick around.
They're bruising
they
and
calcify.
It hurts. It hurts.
All right, well, that's crazy. Why don't we say hello to our other guest co-guest host, Jeff. Oh, Mr. Private Zone. Maybe he's not around.
Oh, no, I'm around.
Oh, no, he's around. That's fine. That's great.
Don't touch me. Oh, yeah. No, that's a good sign. Oh.
It's a good sign.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, no, I'm here. And I have no objection to... I mean, my objection is to getting in on gross talk. Like you introduced me right after you're talking about... So instead of talking about OnlyFans, you talked about gross spider bites.
On the OnlyFans account.
Last time it was about scar tissue,
Huh.
That's my objection. My objection is why are you trying to okay, and after we talked about that horrible thing on that note, let's bring in this guy. And I'm like, what up? I mean, that's not a good intro.
It's just one of those things, man. If I bring you in after Bruja, that's obviously what's going to happen.
Yeah, maybe I should come in last.
Well, I could, but I mean, it's fun this way, you know. Maybe that's just a thing that we have going on now.
I guess, yeah. No,
there's our names for those.
I mean, it's Halloween times, so it's good to talk about gross things like spider bites. Oh, yep, I love those nails.
Right? Yeah. Is jelly.
Yeah, it reminds me of the catcher in the game earlier today. I'm like, does he paint his nails so it makes it easier to steal the signs?
No, not to steal so that the pitcher can see it, though.
But, I mean, if the pitcher can see it easier, that means the second baseman can see it easier, and the guy in the camera, guy with the camera in the outfield can see it easier, too. Right?
What?
I mean, haven't
supposed to be happening
Houston
anymore.
Astros taught us anything?
It's not so much even the fact that they're watching out there. It's what they're doing is they're relaying the information real time, and that's where everything's different than it's ever been before, you know, that type of thing.
I'm just saying, I guess it's been a while since I've watched baseball. I didn't know about the nail polish angle, and it made me more interested in watching baseball in the future, because I'm like, I like to see men in nail polish.
Yeah, exactly.
I love when guys wear nail polish.
Me too. I mean, I used to wear nail polish every day back in the day, and then I used to wear it occasionally, and now I never wear it because it's like I'm so lazy.
Oh,
it's just it's
just all about prettying himself up.
I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Well, it's about like feeling good about yourself, and if you have like your favorite color there that you can just look at when you're working and doing stuff, or like for me, like I picked this color because it has to do with my Halloween costume, and I love matching things.
Nice. Spoilers? Are we gonna get? Is that a tease? We'll get to that after the break. We'll get back to what is your Halloween costume.
I could throw it on a little bit real quick.
Oh, really?
What?
Didn't we talk about it last week? It's you're going to be Sif. No, Hella.
Wait, Sif would not have green nail polish. Yeah. Come on, bro. Come on.
Realm, but
Realm.
She's not.
Here, just talk for a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's got some kind of crazy headpiece. Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh, I win.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Okay. Like she can still hear. Or see, or we can hear her. How's your week been? How's your week been? How's the bookstore? How's that kind of stuff?
It's all right. I don't know. Yeah. It's going. I'll say that much. I don't know. Who has anything good to say about the world? I don't know. It's
well, there are places that have opened up. But then we've
That
also
is
seen.
true. I definitely feel like the world is opening up more. More people are coming out. Definitely, people are coming out and selling. They're not like coming out in droves to buy, and like the amount of ignorance is astounding as always. Like people come in and they don't. Man, it's so good that you guys are now open. Like we've been open since June, the middle of June. That was a
so
long
great
time
that
ago.
you're open now that I've left the house, is what
Right.
they meant to say.
Yeah. Oh, how long has the comic store been out of business? I'm like, you don't even like these people are so dumb. They don't know the name of the store or are able to Google it. I'm like, if you Googled it, you would know they're not out of business. So I
don't know.
But all these people who come in every day, like, oh, I didn't even know you guys were open. We've been open since June 19th, you dumb son of a bitch. Like, you didn't care that we were open is what you meant. That's fine. I don't care. I don't care that they didn't care. I would be happier if they stayed home, frankly. The store's going to sink either way, so they might as well stay home and not get me sick.
That's right. All right, well, let's say hi to chat. On that note, let's say hi to chat and everybody that I'm welcoming
and let's say
into
hi
my
to
store.
Shara's awesome costume.
Yes, as we do that. So, hello, Fantinuum. How's it going? Sci-Fi and Fantasy Read-Along, for those of you that don't know, is a podcast and YouTube channel where you can hear folks like me and that person and another person and Jilby Pill talk about sci-fi or fantasy books that they read. Sometimes it's very in-depth, so if you like that type of thing, we're almost done doing the first book of the Malazan Book of the Fallen called Gardens of the Moon by Stephen Erickson. Whew, it's taken a long time.
Well,
Diablo.
It's a dense...
very dense.
From what I've heard.
Yes, it is. Diablo Hashcraft High, how's it going? Let's go down. Oh, excellent. Oh,
yeah, that is definitely very movie. I love that. That's a good wig.
Yeah, let's
for the. I mean, it's.
Ooh, yeah, there we go.
See if that works. All right. So, yes, Dr. Pimple Popper. That's the show that everybody taught about.
What?
It's a highly rated show on cable about some lady going around popping pimples.
Nathan Summers?
Oh, Jesus. There we go.
All right.
I'm a cord cutter, man.
Can anybody tell me in the chat how Bruja looks as far as the camera quality? Because we're having some issues on our end, and I'm not sure if it's a StreamYard thing, or if it's a them thing, or it's a me thing. So let me get all of us on camera at the same time.
Yeah,
and you can just say,
to me, they look like I'm in a pool and I'm underwater and they're above the water and I'm looking up through the water at them. That's how it looks to me.
That's such elucidation, Jeff.
Yeah, but is it pixelated for every single person, or just me, or them?
Or you? Who knows?
Bruja is grainy. Yeah.
It is me.
I think it's... You'll just improve. Hey, man.
Oh, hey.
Here, you want me to improve? Let me do this.
Yeah, there you go.
Less Yule. Oh, yeah, we got an answer to this.
I want you to click over to that sci-fi and fantasy read-along comment that I'm loving right now.
Ooh, yeah, I'm not in
Fantinuum. I'm also loving these comments where I look good. Jeff looks good. Jeff is the only one who looks good.
Is the only one. Well, he's really ranking is what he's doing when he says that.
My fans. Yeah, it's always nice to meet a fan.
See, some of us are. Yeah, this is quite a thing we got going on here. But it's great to hear from everybody. This is getting the most comments in the chat than ever.
Gotta love it. That's got to be good for engagement, right?
It is, right?
No, I don't know. Just do live chat comments, translate to algorithm. Like, I don't know how YouTube works. Will you get
hit like
recommended? Like, if I get done watching a Proud Boys video, will they now recommend that I watch Fantastic Comics Presents?
That should never happen. I've carefully crafted the Fantastic Comics side of everything so that there will not be any Proud Boys, straight or gay. How's that?
Great. No pride allowed. It's a shame only zone.
Exactly. We've never been anything but. I mean, I want. That's really two T's on that butt. Also.
We've never been anything but.
Exactly. That's Fantastic Comics right there. Someone write that down so that I can see it later.
Also, you should get a Fantastic Comics Shame Month T-shirt.
We
October?
could do it on our birthday. I don't know, something like that.
May.
If we can make it to that
no,
day.
May is already like free comics, so you can't take May.
So I don't think there's any way I could have ever done Free Comic Day, like even if there was no COVID. Even if there was no COVID, and I'm in this store, right?
No, yeah, I mean it would have been.
What kind of
you
Free
would have
Comic
done
Day
it
is this
on
going
the
to be?
sidewalk. You would just do tables on the sidewalk with people inside, like shoveling boxes out to the people on the sidewalk. You could do it that way.
Oh man, it's going to be tough.
I mean, but it's not
also
impossible. I mean, you probably won't get as many people as you got at the old place either.
Maybe just only people in good standing are allowed to come in that day.
Oh,
and
you
everybody
have
else
to.
can come in the next day.
You sign up.
Privilege.
Free comic book day signing up.
Right. Exactly.
It's unlimited.
Membership has its privileges. You know,
yeah. If you have a pull list.
Yeah, the zone of shame.
Like if you have an active pull list that you've picked up in the last 2 weeks, then you can come.
Oh, great. Now I'm blurry.
Read-alongs idea.
Oh, no.
Yes, Free Comic Day isn't until May, and that's also when we opened up our first weekend. It was actually that Friday and then Saturday, Free Comic Book Day.
Yeah, but they do a different thing this year?
Well, they had to because, I'm going to get rid of
like
Deep Flake
until or whatever.
It's not. It was Free Comic Summer.
The whole summer. That's right.
And obviously we got a late jump at it, and things were coming out interspersed. And so, like, some comics came out. DC didn't actually put out any comics. There was a bunch of other things that came out over the course of weeks. And then the very last thing I got, and I talked about it, was I got the Free Comic Book Day wristband. Ain't that funny?
You only got one?
I don't wear more than one.
Yeah, but I mean, what I'm saying is to give away or sell. You sell them. Free Comic Book Day wristband, 15 cents.
Yeah. All right. I can't wait to see what this is all about.
What are we?
Bradley.
Who's Googling?
This is Deep Flake.
Oh, this is Ken? I mean...
This is the person who burnt their hand so bad by pouring from a hot water from a thermos into a cup. And it was bad.
Just hot water. To drink hot water.
It can be bad.
They were just trying to drink hot water.
I mean, it might have been to mix. I don't know.
Okay. So, hate. We're
All
looking
right,
at hate.
I love hate. And hate everything else. In fact, when I think of 90s comic books, I don't really think of Mark Bagley or Rob Liefeld necessarily, or Spawn or Todd McFarlane. I do think of Image
Lucky
Comics.
you.
I think of
Lucky
Sam
you.
Keith's Max. I think of Dark
you have-
Horse Comics. I think of...
You have rosy-colored glasses
I remember Hate
on your mind.
and Peter Bagg. And
Bag or baggy?
I say baggy when I think someone would think I would say bag, and bag when I think I should say baggy, because I don't know. I do know that
he's from a time of when you didn't know and you could never know.
you couldn't. Well, you could write in, but it doesn't mean your letter usually in a book like that probably had to be a little snarky and mean or something like that. Drawn and Quarterly books I loved. All the autobiographical or semi-autobiographical. Joe Matt, Chester Brown. I was on Critical Blast, the show that I do every other week.
I think of Poison Elves when I think of the 90s. 90s comics.
That's definitely a one to think of for sure. We interviewed Bill Willingham, and he said that I was talking about Joe Matt, and he said Joe Matt was like a super quiet dude in the studio and always kept to himself and everything. And I said, oh, that's great. So he wasn't like like a super perv all the time. Good
No. Wait, Bill Willingham is American?
Yeah, he is. It was when they worked for Kamiko. And
so did you ask him about Wagner too? Was he there?
I did. Well, the reason. All right, so check this out. So, this is really interesting. The guy who does Critical Blast, got R.J. Carter, no relation. He said he came right out and was like, "Hey, so what's up with Elementals? Are we ever going to see that?" And he sold it basically, and he sold it to that guy who owns Youngblood from Rob Liefeld.
Oh no, that guy's in the news lately.
Oh, what did they say? Do you know?
Oh shit, I can't remember now.
It's all right.
Give me a minute.
This guy's a nutbag. I mean, he is crazy.
Yeah. Oh well, no, he's in the news because like whatever the company that he's running now was like soliciting work from people during COVID times, and they were like offering these deals, and then and then afterwards they were like doing all sorts of shady shit, like changing the contract before sending it back.
Oh, yeah.
And then like trying to get people to agree to a contract where 90% of your page rates will be withheld until there's a COVID vaccine. like do all sorts of crazy, horrible shit. But yeah, that's why I recently read about that guy in the last week or so.
Well, he had a so it got released. Oh, I don't have it here. Let's get rid of this. They had a contract of his come out that an artist got, and it was it was ridiculous. I mean, basically, you won't get paid for anything that you do on your first one if you screw up on your third one, and all this other stuff. You have to be on time. You have to waive this. You have to be allowed to do this or anything like that. And he's ridiculous. And so Youngblood was sold to this guy. Willingham, many years before, sold Elementals to him. But
he uses those things as a means to attract like chumps, essentially, where he's like
chumps to work for nothing, basically.
You might get a chance to work on Youngblood. Like if you do this thing now for me for nothing, you might get a chance to be the artist on the next Youngblood comic.
Well, I gotta give it to like,
well, all right, I would like to do that. I want to be the guy who draws Rockman. That's not the Thing. Like
I guess so.
Lukewarm the Thing.
I guess so.
I mean, not me personally. I'm not. I don't know. But it has apparently worked because a bunch of people have, like, there was an article recently where a bunch of people said, like, came out and told their stories about how they were getting fucked by this. Oh,
no, it's after 15 minutes. We're fine.
24 minutes in.
Well, they were getting fucked by this guy financially. And, yeah. He he's a real piece of work, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, normally I would say you're trolling Rob Liefeld, weirdly stealing his IP. I like that. I'm into that. But it turns out he's actually even bigger piece of shit than Rob Liefeld, who seems like a fine, upstanding.
I don't know. I don't think he's that way. I think he's pretty cool.
No, he's fine. I mean, he's a troll and a dick on social media, but he doesn't seem like the kind of person like this other guy is that we're talking about, who's like a real asshole.
Yeah, yeah. Rob Liefeld thinks he's coming up with something new. There you go.
Well, yeah, that's true. That does seem like that cuts to the quick of it.
How dare you? What have you ever done, Yule? I've owned a failing comic store. How you like that? I mean a comic store. That's what I mean.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hell.
Comic stores are like people. They're all destined for the grave.
Yeah, it's always okay to swear, really. I think anybody that's watching this knows that we're just kind of trying to keep it
George,
clean for the very first part and then go into it, a little R-rated later.
Yeah, it's like how I get a shower and brush my teeth in the morning, and then I don't do that again until I get home from work.
Yes.
In the middle, I'm getting filthy.
That's right, exactly.
So, I keep it clean the first 10 minutes of this show and then 15 minutes of this show. Yeah. And I usually don't even do that. And then I get a shower when we're done and everything's cool.
Exactly. Once we finally bored everybody away.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like 15 minutes, that's being generous to us, frankly.
All right. Let me talk a little bit about the comic store
Major
just for a second.
X. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
So
Jerry Seinfeld. Are we getting coffee?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Comic book store owners getting coffee.
I do every morning. Even when it was hot, I did.
See,
now
there you go. That could be your new podcast. Every morning, you get on Instagram live comic book store owners getting coffee in cars.
I like that. In a car. Hopefully, not getting in an accident or anything like that. Well, I hate driving. I'm really sick of it. Actually, everything about it. I'm just sick of it. Oh, fine.
Frankly, I'll trade you because I'm really sick of Bart. In this age of all I hear on the announcements constantly, every time I get to the station, I hear the thing that's like, because of a new countywide mandate, everyone must wear a mask while they ride. And I'm like, oh, really? Someone should tell all these fucking maskless fucks down here that information personally, but because that an announcement is not an enforcement. But anyway. True. Hey,
and some people do both, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
If you're out there in the filth of the world.
That's right, but I have a game to watch, and I got things to do at night because I wasn't able to do them in the daytime because I was at the store selling. All right, here we go. So everything was really down and glower. It was like dark clouds. The Dodgers were down 3-1, and then it came back. Ooh. I've got clips to prove it. It's awesome.
Hey, anytime the Braves lose, what the hell?
I am so sorry. My friend is trying to get me to do a Pokemon Go raid with him, and I told him I'm on air right now, and he's trying to tell me to tell Mark to do it.
Oh, really?
Was that what that was? That sound was?
Leave the house right now to go on a raid?
Don't tempt Yule because he'll be out the door in a minute raiding for Pokemon.
I also had a bunch of things delivered, and a bunch of Twitter accounts are messaging me for more free samples.
Free samples of what?
Do you want to know?
Can you? No, I don't need to know. I think we understand.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's all sorts of good stuff that you can find on my OnlyFans.
Very good. Very good. I'm no prude. No way in hell. All right, I'm going to restore this file so you can see this.
Restore it.
Oh, yeah. I'm just going to share the screen with you while we talk. And then
minimize this.
Just we don't need to hear it, you know. Oh, actually, maybe I will. Let's just
minimize me, Daddy.
You don't need to say anything. I'll just. So everything really sucked, and the Dodgers were down 3-1, and every time I did a show, they seemed to lose. And I'm like, I wasn't even sure if I was going to do a show tonight.
Every time you did
like,
a show. Oh,
I was like, I'm thinking of not doing one. I'm thinking of not doing one on Thursday if they play a Thursday, you know, that type of thing.
Really?
Anyway, here we go.
No. You're a superstitious sports fan.
Well, I'm not really.
As if there were any other kind. No, you are. Get the fuck out of here. You're not really. I've seen you talk about hats like I was wearing this hat.
All right, here we go.
Whoa.
Here, listen to this.
1-1 pitch is clunked to first. That is picked up and wow. Albies doesn't know that he was safe and he rounds the bag and he's tagged out. Shot to third. Turner comes home with it. They've got Swanson hung up. Turner will dive and now they throw to third. They get him there.
All right, so that guy, Justin Turner, that's Ginger Jesus. Just to let you know.
Ginger Jesus.
Yeah, I was appreciating him. Yeah, I was appreciating him earlier today.
Well, yeah, of course.
I'm hearing myself doubled.
Of course you would.
No, I need to. Either leave.
All right, here we go.
I'm hearing echo. I gotta. I'm hearing echo. I gotta. This is too much.
Much worse.
Acceptable.
Freddie Freeman
Acceptable.
lifts this one way up there.
Now I'm
Betts didn't see it at first. Now goes back. Jumps and he does it again. Mookie putting his stamp all over the NLCS defensively. Runners on at second and third, one down. And that's off the end of the bat into right. Charging it is Betts. And tagging and scoring is Ozuna. And they may want to take another look at that. We'll get the tag right in the box at the same time. Oh. Well, that will be interesting to see.
That's a thank you, Braves, by the way.
Another 2-2. Hernandez. Hits one in the air, left center field. This game is tied. 8th pitch has been the magic one tonight. This time he hits the ball to deep right field. Cody Bellinger has done it.
There you go. Let me just get out of this.
Damn.
Were you said you were echoing? Is that what it was?
Yeah, I was. I could everything I said. I heard it back.
I'm practicing this to see if this works. Also, Bizarro Jerry's here now. All right, so that was how the week was going, and then I found out that some finances weren't going quite so well. But today, I found out things were even worse. But then I had my brother call the bank, and then we found out some money was being withheld. So it seems like all the things that I was worrying about might not necessarily be actually what was going on. It was just a screw up. Yeah, well, we owed money because the state was all jerky about money because of us not being around in the during the COVID area, and we weren't making money, and so they wanted money.
Tough fucking titty. Everyone wanted money.
So I think that's what was going on, and
but you gotta
as a
feed
result,
the monkey, man.
no, this is the thing, though. This is the thing that sucks. Every credit sale that we were making, because we had this surplus of money that was removed as a result of the state, or actually the county, and so we had this money, and then we didn't have this money until we inquired about this money. And it's like, what the hell is going on? And so all the credit sales that we were making during that time weren't also being processed, but we didn't realize that.
Oh.
And finally we're idiots is what it is. And somewhere along the line, somebody else is an idiot too.
Oh.
And the Dodgers are winning. Yay. Boom. At least the last time I saw.
Long story short, everything's fine.
Everything's fine. I was actually seriously trying to figure out, would I have to stop having a diamond account? Do I even care to have a diamond account? Most of my money is coming from DC stuff for the most part anyway. And trades and other type of stuff you can usually get from other sources. So with the exception of someone not knowing that Stillwater is any good, they could get it after the fact for sure in collected form, like most people that read Image Comics do anyway, or even any of that other stuff.
Yeah.
So that's what I was kind of thinking.
All you have to do is know that you want it.
Well, the problem is the Marvel, and the few people that want something. Like I have a customer that wants some
all the stupid X-Men books.
Dude, I want to. It's very rough.
Do you have a customer who wants all the stupid X-Men books? I haven't read them in 2 weeks though now, so it's gonna be hell tomorrow when I get them and read them. I fear. Who knows? Maybe it'll be great. I have hope.
Oh, good. Up 8.2, 8.3, I think it was.
It was 8.3 when I last looked, so
that's good. I'm really.
That was a while back,
dude. I'm so excited. Kershaw actually had a good game in the World Series, which he's done before.
He sure
but
did. Do you think he's going to retire?
Too much baseball.
All right.
No.
He's no.
No, he still has years.
I don't mean after this game. I meant after this season. Oh, he's got years. Okay.
Right. It's like Monopoly. Bank error in my favor, like $40. I hope it's a little bit more than $40, but yes, exactly.
Still, as far as cards drawn, that's not a bad one.
That's the reason why I'm just nuts, and owning a comic store doesn't help because owning a comic store in itself is gonna make you crazy, but I'm probably already there and always was.
And then you got your current climate and environment and pandemic situations, and and
then DC
it's a whole
announces,
different thing, and you moved locations, and apparently
and then DC
no one knows how to Google
they
you.
aren't going to work with Diamond anymore, and you have to start up a new distribution hub to get their books.
Not so fast. And then they announced,
I got the one that's sticking around
for now.
So like I'm saying, everything's looking up all of a sudden for me.
Yeah, it's true.
Whereas I was down in the dumps, everything's now so perfect.
Amen.
Except that, DC is going to take a break and do the future past or whatever it's called.
Yeah, the future past. Yeah,
the future
Days
or
of,
something.
Days
the
of future
state.
They're doing Days of Future State.
That's what they're doing. I wanted to talk about that if you knew anything about it. Do you?
No.
Okay,
I mean, I vaguely know something about it.
I do know about it.
It's about the future. Think about the future.
All right, so the deal is there are going to be giant-sized books that are going to come out bi-weekly. So every 2 weeks, there's going to be a $5.99 75-page book or whatever the hell page count it's going to be. And it's going to be a Batman-related one, and it's going to be a Superman-related one, and Justice League,
and a
Wonder Woman.
A Wonder Woman.
And they're going to have they're going to have 3 other like stories in these books, and there's also going to be 2 monthly one-shots or mini-series. And do you remember Convergence by any chance? Okay, well, for people at home,
what? Yeah, I remember Convergence.
Is where we got Jonathan Kent. A lot of people liked him.
Now, this brings up an interesting tangent, if I might.
Yeah, go for
Jonathan Kent, and who is the son of Superman and Lois Lane from another universe, correct?
Right.
And then all 3 of them, after Convergence, end up coming to America, which is what I call our universe.
Mm-hmm.
Earth, America, Earth, whatever it's called. Is it Earth 1? Is it New Earth? Is it Earth 0?
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, who knows? But anyway, they come here. And they live here. And then the regular Superman from here dies, and he's like, good thing I'm here. I'll just take over. Become the new Superman. But they still have, that means they have 2 Lois Lanes, right?
No, Lois Lane died when she became Superwoman, I think.
The new 52 Lois Lane?
Yes.
She died. Oh, okay.
So this one took her place, and she had a few years on her also, but everybody was okay with it.
Because I'm like reading this one by Greg Rucka right now, and she's like talking, and I'm like, is this your father or is this the other Lois Lane's father? Because like it's
she's
a
just
flashback.
It like it is hers. She's doing a Rick and
flashing
Morty.
back to a thing that I don't get that reference. I've never watched Rick and Morty. I have a low IQ. I'm low T, low IQ, so I
definitely
can't.
Low T for sure.
Can't enjoy Rick and Morty.
All right, listen up.
A beta cuck soy boy like me.
There's going to be a next Batman, a Dark Detective, a Superman Worlds at War, Superman in Metropolis, Immortal Wonder Woman, and then there's going to be 2-issue monthly books of Justice League, Green Lantern, and Suicide Squad. And in all those books, there are going to be other books or characters introduced. And these all seem to be characters that Bleeding Cool had said were going to be part of the new DC universe called 5G or G5 or Generation 5 or whatever. And the new Wonder Woman was going to be
Future State.
Nubia, I think. And Superman was going to be Jonathan. And Batman's going to be Luke or Tim Fox. I don't know which one. And on and on and on and on and on.
Who's Tim Fox?
Tim Fox is the brother of Lucius Fox, who are the sons of Luke Fox. And Tim Fox...
Luke Fox is the son of Lucius Fox. That much I know.
Whatever. I got the names wrong. You know what I mean. Luke and Tim are brothers then.
Okay.
Yes, Bruja.
Dodgers won.
Game over.
Kershaw got that win, everybody.
Sorry, I just thought that was an important interrupt for you.
No, that's fine. That's very good. I'm
curious. What this purple chick with the hood? Is that Zatanna?
Where? Top left?
Yeah.
Yes, that's definitely
that is.
Zatanna.
Yeah, I knew Zatanna. Zatanna.
Tomato.
I'm always.
You got Swamp Thing with horny Swamp Thing. That's cool.
I love Swamp Thing.
How did Grifter got the fucking call up, man? He got the call up.
Grifter is in the new issue of Batman that came out today. And I'll be showing you a little bit about that.
Got the call up. That's good. He's,
All right, let me see.
Where's Mr. Majestic in all this? That's what I want to know.
Mr. Majestic? No, they're not going to use him.
Come on, man.
Jesus,
come on. Where's Mr. Majestic? You got 8 Supermans here already. You can't have one more Superman who just has a different costume?
So the thing is that this is going to be taking place over January and February. So your
Oh, good. I'll be in hibernation.
Exactly. So your regularly scheduled, it's hard to say, comics are going to be slowed down or not come out during this time. And these are going to be like, like you're going to get 4 issues of the Batman, and some are going to be written by Mariko Tamaki. That's going to be the detective one. Joshua Williamson is going to be writing stuff, and there's going to be a whole bunch of new talent also.
You love him.
That you may or may not have seen before. And there's going to be some good artists also. I think Riley Rossmo is going to be doing one. He just did the death metal tie-in that came out today also, and it's very good looking. Riley Rossmo is a good artist.
This is the thing that, like, so this all comes from the end of death metal, or no? Like,
no, I think
what
it
this comes out of.
This is like the future. This is
right,
like
but
an M2. If you remember when Wolverine's daughter was called Wild Thing,
and Spider-Man's daughter was called Spider Girl. I remember M2. I remember M2.
That's right. There was a Juggernaut.
She came into M1, right? Eventually, I think. Maybe not.
No, I don't think any of them really did, but I could be wrong.
But there was I thought there was some connection between the beginning of this and the end of that other story.
I don't think so.
No, this doesn't come out. This is apropos of nothing. Let's just look at the future.
Well, that's why a lot of people were upset because, I like things this way and you're offering me this and I don't want that to be. And and so immediately it was basically shot down, and it was part of the Dan Didio regime, and he was fired anyway. And
wait, this future state thing was a Dan Didio idea, is what you're saying?
I do believe so, yeah. Yeah.
It's got smacks of Bendis, though, right? I mean, he's been dabbling in the future since he got here, right?
And he's going to have, and look at this over here. I forgot about this. There's a Flash character that has a Pistorius blades on their feet.
Savior of the universe.
Is that what that is?
Pistorius?
That's that Italian racer.
I don't think he was Italian. Wasn't he?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to demean Italians by forgetting.
Oh, no. I hate Italians. Don't worry about that. That's not what I'm talking about.
These are not the views of Fantastic Comics necessarily.
That other guy, though, was... I'm pretty sure he was South African. The guy... Maybe I'm wrong. Hey...
Whatever. All right,
feel free to call in.
Call in. Let us know in the
callers if you're out there.
It is Oscar Pistorius. South African. There you go. Boom.
Isn't that what I said?
The murderer, you mean? That's exactly what I meant.
Exactly.
Yes.
He's the guy.
I didn't want to make
it
sound like he's a great guy or anything.
He run fast. He murder fast. Also.
I was gonna get a clip of The Wicked Witch is Dead. But Ms. Marvel is getting canceled.
Why would you say
I'm just joking. Oh. It was supposed to be funny. Oh, and in other news.
Well,
also, there's
going to be it even more tragic.
There's new miniseries starting up from Marvel, even though she's going to be part of the Champions still. And then last but not least, I'm very happy
but also,
Cobra,
her comic is getting canceled, but she's got a TV show, so really...
It's not getting canceled.
That's what's calling win.
That's why I was trying to be silly about it, because it's not really getting canceled. It's going to come back, no problem.
Graduating from one medium to another. She's graduating to a medium that Disney cares about.
Exactly.
So her comic, fine. That's like shedding a cocoon,
That's She's right. It is
spreading her butterfly wings now.
Most definitely.
Where the light of Disney love and money will shine on her. Finally.
That's right. That's exactly what's going to happen. And last but not least, I'm very excited to let you all know that you can get Copra from the source Image isn't going to be doing it anymore, it sounds like.
Oh,
But
womp womp.
they will be reprinting the trades after the fact.
So it sounds like your boy was unhappy with the Image experience.
Maybe it just didn't really work out.
Because one does not get dropped from Image. One drops Image.
Yeah. And he's continuing his legacy numbering and all that. I love that. And
that's awesome. Yeah, that is.
I asked him earlier today. I said, "Are you going to have a retailer, package?" And he said, "Definitely."
Awesome.
And so 38 and 39 are going to be all part in one issue. So they'll be double sized, and I'm very excited about this story because he's been building to it for a while. And
very nice.
There you go, Michel Fiffe, my favorite underground, if you will. Definitely now that it's leaving Image. It's going back to underground.
Digging back under, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. All right, that's enough of this crap. Bruja's going to thrill us with some comic book review.
I was just getting the references up so I can flip through the pages to make sure I keep track of what the hell I'm talking about.
Yeah, no problem. I'm going to turn my video off so I don't look stupid while this is going on.
Aww.
Oh, hold on a sec. Let me get this.
I like watching you look stupid.
Yeah, I know, but
a lot of people, that's what they tune in for, frankly. And I feel like
sure.
No.
I'm sure.
Yeah, you should come back.
Yeah, all right. I see how it is. You can go.
I mean, you're talking. I mean, I guess if you're gonna.
No,
I mean, we were looking at. Otherwise, we're
on.
just looking at Jerry.
Why are we? I'll fix it in a second.
What's Jerry doing out here anyway?
What is Jerry doing out here?
But this Star Wars is so fun. It's so good, and I've read, I believe, up to 4. But
so this is the original Jason Aaron.
No, it is the 2020 Star Wars that takes place between Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. So
so it's the newer
the
stuff.
next jump through.
Who writes that one?
Charles Soule.
Nice.
Charles Soule. I remember Charles Soule from
She-Hulk.
Comics such as She-Hulk. Yeah, definitely.
He did the Daredevil with
Yeah, he did. All right, we're gonna share screen.
Ron Garney. Right?
I actually know him. He's the one that also did the Star Wars Vader series, and he's got a lot of things going on.
That was after Kieran Gillen,
after Kieran Gillen. Yeah, totally.
And I really thought I love Kieran Gillen. He did the Loki Journey into Mystery series is probably.
Oh yeah, that was good stuff.
That was except for the man, Pablo. Dear God, except for the.
Pablo, what the hell?
Except for the Manchester Gods arc in that, which I wasn't it was good, it was fine, but the entire other
when British people have to cram their British shit into I'm like, don't cram your British stuff down my throat, okay? This is not.
What you mean, like street names or what?
I barely even. It was this. What was it? Some kind of an alternate dimension house. Some I don't know. It compared to the rest of that Journey into Mystery Loki Kieran Gillen series. Once you get past that and you start to really deal with Equal the shit. It's the Raven that follows Soror, Child Loki, around, and it's the thing that follows him around to tell King Loki, the most evil Loki, about him. And point being, there's only one arc in the Journey into Mystery series that's okay, but otherwise, I thought reading Star Wars after Kieran Gillen, I've read a couple of other things that other people took over after him, and I always fall off because Kieran Gillen is one of my absolute favorite authors. But Charles Soule, like, he always comes through. He always has really great material. And this series, like I said, takes place between Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back. So it's at absolute pivotal points between the movies where this series is dealing with the fall of the rebellion after the Battle of Hoth defeat. It's after Luke learns, Vader is his father, and he's trying to deal with that. It's got a lot going on. And
is Han in carbonite by this time?
He is, and that's how we introduce this.
He's
this
out.
First issue throws us into Leia, Hondo. No, that's a Rebels character. Leia. I watch a lot of Star Wars. Although Hondo is a really fun character, he's this like space pirate that's this chaotic evil kind of thing, but he's also really cheesy. I don't know, it's weird. But Leia, Lando, Chewie, and Luke are all just out there trying to put the rebellion back together, find Han, deal with whatever they can with the Empire still attacking them as their numbers are just being decimated. So where it starts is Leia, Luke is not doing okay. He's
I love this part. He hasn't even got his new hand yet.
Wait, who's the artist on this?
That's what I was trying to find, but I'm having a trouble.
I'll look.
Yeah, finding the title page.
That's cool. But go ahead, talk.
The art is really great, though, and that's one of the things that I really appreciated about whoever is doing this art, because sometimes some of the Star Wars art, for me, is a little simple. Like, it's still good, but this artist puts so much passion and just like expression into the facial work in their art that Luke is barely speaking in the first like 3 issues. But
Jesus Saiz, by the way.
Oh, he's always good. I love him.
Who is it?
Jesus Saiz.
Oh yeah. But here we go. This is what I'm actually the most excited about in this series. It introduces the character Jeff. I can finally tell you, Shara Bay. It's Poe Dameron's mother, and she's had one other series, the 2015 series, Shattered Empire. It was a 4-issue miniseries.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that.
What was that, Dark Horse?
No, that was Marvel.
It was Marvel.
Oh, it was Marvel?
Yeah,
2015, yeah, for sure.
Oh, I guess I wasn't thinking about the date. You said
it was like one of the first canon relaunches into the new universe, and I think it was, I believe, the first miniseries after the canon reboot. And it's Poe Dameron's mother, but she has a lot to do with Leia, and she's always working with her. So it seems like they're trying to pull her in to be like a sub main character. So for me, with My Name is Shara, I love her, and she's an absolutely great character. She's like the absolute core of what the rebellion is. Like, she's got so much passion and fight, and she just wants to get out there and kill the imps and save the Empire, the Imperials.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's like all them damn dirty imps, the rebels fighting all the time. Yeah, but
really, they say that.
She's just so great, and I'm really happy to see that it looks like they're trying to make her into a bigger character, because she's pretty much the voice between the rebellion and who speaks for all of them to Leia. So she's just really passionate about trying to get through the fight. And what this issue is dealing with mostly is whether or not the rebellion should be trying to gather the small numbers that they have left, or try to send word out to the Republic for help. And Shara Bay is just like, I didn't join the rebellion to sit around. I joined to fight. So everybody is like rallying together in their small numbers, like the rebels and the resistance always does. And this first issue is very, very introductory because it is introducing a lot of different things, being Leia putting the rebellion back together. There's Lando and Chewie trying to go find Han. There's this really big scene with the Empire's side of things where they're attacking the rebels, and there's always really, really great action in Star Wars, so you can always expect a lot of pew pew space battles, and this one is no exception. And the first issue here is pretty chunky. It's something like 37 pages long, so it does cover a lot, but it's introducing a lot between the two movies that we're now dealing with. And Luke is not okay. He's sitting there questioning whether or not he is even fit to be a Jedi because he's got all of this anger and bitterness and trauma over finding out Vader is his father. So in his mind, that trauma that he's feeling and dealing with is preventing him from being a Jedi. So he's trying to decide whether or not he even still wants to pursue it. And people like Lando and Leia are trying to talk to him and be like, no matter what happens, you still are who you are. And they're trying to make him be like, you're Luke from Tatooine, you have all of this great force power to you. But he's sitting there having flashbacks of his hand being chopped off, Vader being like telling him the truth, and he's questioning whether or not, because Vader is his father, if he even should be a Jedi.
Don't you think he put a little too much trust in Obi-Wan Kenobi right from the start?
That is.
He was desperate, dude.
I gotta get off this freaking planet.
That's actually what this panel that we're looking at right now is dealing with. Like,
really?
Yeah, he's going through, and I do have a couple of reviews up on my blog with some different pictures that can show you a little bit more going on. But yeah, at the end of this first issue, he's just been trying to send out the Force, get some kind of like, what do I do, Yoda? Where is Ben? What is happening? And he's not getting any kind of message back, and he's feeling really alone. So he's just really falling into this like deep spiral of depression. And in the next panel, he goes through and he's like, why is no one answering me? And this part that's broken over there to the left of the screen, he like shattered some kind of a window just with the force of his anger over how nobody is connecting with him. So this series is going to be dealing with a lot of stuff. It's got a lot of really good action with how the Empire is trying to still stamp out the rest of the small amount of the rebellion left. And even better, this second issue is when we get to more of things like where we find Han. And this is Leia trying to send out Lando and Chewie to go to Tatooine, talking to Jabba the Hutt to try to retrieve him, because that's where we've heard, that Boba Fett took him, blah, 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 all that. We've watched the movies, we know. But Lando, in, of course, his Lando style, is like, come on, trust me. I know what I'm doing, and I can get to Tatooine and talk to him and find this better than anyone else. And Leia is sitting there like, okay, but can I trust you? So she sends Chewie out with him, and they deal with the whole Jabba the Hutt everything. And more so here, this is where Leia is trying to confirm to Luke that he is still who he is, but nobody else is seeming to realize that Luke, being told it's okay, you are who you are, is exactly what he does not need to hear right now, because that's all he's thinking about is Vader being his father. So he's dealing with this legacy of bitterness and anger and whether or not he's making the right choices that he knows from Vader. So it's
a good thing he doesn't know that's his sister also.
Oh yeah, he doesn't know. Yeah, does he? Does he?
I don't believe so.
I don't think he does.
Not till later.
Ooh.
All right, who's this dude?
This shit. What's his name? He's basically like one of the captains in the rebellion. And over there in the corner.
He's Steve. He's gonna die, Steve. That's who he is.
Oh yeah, they all always do. But what we see here is basically of the rebellion. And over in the bottom right corner is Kes Dameron and again Shara Bay. I really have to pump them up because I'm excited they're around.
Is this one Akbar?
Gotta make Shara Bay happen. What
is Akbar here? Is this Akbar or just an Akbar guy?
That's Ensign Akbar.
Ensign Akbar.
It should be Akbar. It should be Akbar, but that is not Jarl Poof, the Queermian over there with the long neck.
What?
Oh, this one. Yeah. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
When you say Poof and Queermian,
no,
I don't even. But that does look like one of them cloners.
Yeah, no,
those like sexy long neck cloning bitches from episode 2. Where
no, you mean the hammerhead from frickin'
no. His head was hammered like side to side.
Oh.
He had a horizontal situation going.
What about this? The you know what I mean?
The blub blub. Johnny blub blub.
Oh yeah, no, he's
I've always loved him.
Characters.
He was like blub 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 blub. And Lando was like, I know. And I'm like, well, that makes one of us. You son of a bitch.
Understood why everybody just seemed to kind of like understand all. Like, there's no way everybody knows.
No,
like,
that was one of the things that I loved about the original trilogy. In the prequel trilogy, everyone spoke English with a stupid accent instead of everyone just understanding every language. Like, I like it better when people are just like, understand R2-D2 and understand Chewbacca and understand Johnny Blub Blubs, but we don't have to have subtitles, and we don't have to have a guy speaking in a horribly offensive accent.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
You're
like
thinking
that's where the prequel trilogy really takes a wrong turn. When
you mean
like,
Jawas weren't enough? Is what you're telling me?
No, people understood the Jawas too.
They
Even
did.
Like, Uncle Owen was like,
I'm
not taking this bullshit, and they were like, meh, 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 meh. And he's like, fuck you.
They were.
Have you ever heard of the podcast Blank Check?
I have.
No.
Okay, yeah.
I have listened to
like
a couple of episodes.
Podcast. If you go back way far enough to when it was a Star Wars podcast, Griffin Newman and David Sims go over this, and they go and they do watch throughs of the prequel trilogy, and oh my god, when they did the Phantom Menace, Griffin was
that's where it really
mad because it's just like
that's where it first gets bad. That's like I'm like, didn't this the same guy who made the first movie?
Yeah,
when no one speaks English.
Stuff in that got passed. Like everything from like Sebulba's or Sebulba
Sebulba's fine. He doesn't speak English. But they give him subtitles for some reason.
That was
Wait, what's a Sebulba?
Did you see
pod racer? Try and keep up.
Oh god, all of that stuff sucked. You know, we had
pod racing is awesome. Shut up.
No,
pod racing is cool.
Look, I had Rick Worley on.
I'm going to come on camera to defend pod racing because it's awesome.
I will defend that with you.
Wow.
Like
all right, 2-1. You're done. Moving on. You can get back to Alex or whoever this is on screen.
I know how to deal with this if I have to. I'm not going to do that though. All right, so what's this guy doing? I mean, we're talking about hammerheads that aren't hammerheads, And Asian races, they're aliens and all sorts of crazy stuff.
Not in this scene.
Oh, give me a break.
I don't see anything like that. Admiral Akbar actually did speak English.
He did.
But he didn't have a weird accent. He just had like a blah, 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 blah.
Rubbery,
Well, he did, but
it wasn't like an offensive racist
no,
stereotype.
It wasn't unless you know somebody that talks that way. I mean, I'm sure there's
are you making fun of my Uncle Brian? He talks like a blubbery fish, man.
Somebody from like South Essex or something like that.
Oh, jeez.
It's a trap.
He's just a fish. He's doing a fish accent.
It's a trap. He's doing a fish accent.
What are these ladies talking about?
This is.
I don't read speech balloons from lady characters.
God.
They never have anything worthwhile.
Not really.
To say.
I mean, is that Leia?
Off camera now.
Why does she look so sad?
It's Leia and Shara Bay trying to get the democratic opinion from the rest of the rebellion.
That will make you sad trying to get a democratic opinion from a leftist rebellion.
It's like herding cats.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody saw The Last Jedi.
A bunch of leftist radicals. Every single one of them has a different opinion. And
we're not being political.
You know what would be better if we just had one dictator?
We need a monarchy.
That is kind of what they're getting at, that they don't want to rely on the Republic to be able to fight. So yeah, they go and they decide that they would prefer to fight. So it doesn't get into
these rebels, you know what I mean?
What the plan is this issue, because the rest of this issue is dealing with Lando trying to go get a hold of Han. And, of course, on
is that 3PO?
No, I forget the model.
That's the previous
Is that the evil? Is that the robot devil?
This is Lando showing up at Jabba's palace looking for a job. Is that what this is?
Well, he has this ploy where he says he's trying to trade Tabana gas to like Tatooine and just do a regular transaction. So he gets through to the planet and goes to Jabba and presents this, hey, Tabana gas, blah, blah, blah. But of course, Jabba's not stupid. He knows that Lando is there for some different motive.
He knows who Lando is.
All right, so
he goes in first as himself before he later goes in undercover. Wow, that's ballsy.
I know, really. Let me ask you a question. Yeah. All right, so in Return of the Jedi, Jabba says your Jedi tricks won't work on me to Luke.
Yep.
And Luke's obviously he can deal with like the stupid people, Obi-Wan style.
Yeah.
The weak mind.
What's up with Jabba though?
Jabba is just
there's tons of races that apparently are just immune to Jedi mind tricks. They talk that like if you watch like the Clone Wars, it happens multiple times, and it happens another time in the movies, I think, right? Where fucking Watto.
What?
Yeah. Qui-Gon tries to Jedi mind trick Watto, and he's like, fucking...
Yeah, but that was all about money, and we're talking about horrible accents, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, we sure are. Yes, that was a regular...
Watto is the worst.
That was a regular...
Oh, was that the worst?
Was
that the worst?
I don't know. Movie-ians are the worst.
Let's start... Well, we're going to have an episode where we just mark down all the worsts in the 3 Jedi prequels.
I'll tell you what. If any of you mentions Boss Nass, you're canceled. Boss Nass is my favorite character. Thank you. Yes, that's good.
Wait, which one's that?
Boss Nass, baby. He's the best.
What, from the new movies?
No, honestly, I love
from the middle movies.
I love that little
I love Boss Nass.
I love the new character that they made in the third
Force
movie.
Force Ghost Boss Nass. That's my favorite character because we find out later that Boss Nass was a Jedi and then he dies and becomes a Force Ghost. Force Ghost Boss Nass. He was my most hoped for character in these sequel trilogy that happened and crappened, I guess you could say.
You know, like the Gungans had a lot of like really cool potential.
Yeah, they were awesome, except for that terrible voice that they got stuck with because of
Ahmed Best.
No, he's great. I love Ahmed Best. I thought he was great. I thought his performance was good. I don't think he came up with that voice.
Right. It's just so much wasted potential. Like that underwater city and their technology with like there's so much cool stuff that was
they were hella cool. But they had to
it just had to go and get ruined.
Whatever.
But yeah, like this series, it's a little slow rolling in what it's getting to, but it's introducing a lot with finding Han, Luke dealing with the trauma of his dad and just pulling the rebellion back together, and introducing Shara Bay. So that's really what you can look forward to, super in depth in this series. So if you're a Star Wars fan, this is what you want to be reading to just fill in between the two movies, because it's going into a lot of stuff. I've read a couple of more that depending on if you want me to do that or something different next week, I can either continue with some more
just read what you want to read and we'll talk about it.
Now I want to get to the Neil Gaiman Norse mythology. I want to do what was it that you sent me, Jeff? Gaff? Yeah.
Which
Gaff?
I think
GAF?
Oh, this is slippery.
The comic that I sent you was some kind of
Gaff.
Like
I know
it was
what
a
Gaff is.
Pokemon
Gamma.
It was like a Pokemon riff.
That's what it is.
Yeah, if that's what it seemed like to me. They were like fighting monsters, right?
Looks like it. Yeah. Get to some other stuff next week, and then I'll fill in on some more Star Wars when some stuff gets rolling in it.
All right.
Well, I read some comics.
Oh yeah, why don't you tell us about it? I'll do this one instead.
I mean, I could do that.
Here, I'll do these pictures while you talk about it.
Well, I mean, I was going to hold up a couple of images just to demonstrate what I want to complain about this comic book.
Oh, complain.
Yeah, it's more of a complaint than a review.
All right, anytime you're ready, when you hold it up, I'll make you
a
big
right,
size.
great.
A review. You do have to critique things.
All right. So, yeah, this is Jimmy Stewart, friend of Superman.
Jimmy Olsen. Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah. Jiminy. Like, okay, so this is my first complaint, is that every other page, it's hard for me to figure out how to point. I feel like a first day weatherman over here.
Yeah.
It's like my first day pointing to South Carolina. So every other page that has it, like every time you have a scene change in this book, you get one of these where half a panel of half a page is text of, and this one luckily is mostly just logos and big.
Are these
a lot
scene
of times
changes?
Yeah,
shifting in scenes.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Is this a this is just his gimmick, is what you're telling us?
It's a gimmick. Yes, it's Matt Fraction's gimmick for this book. It's one of many gimmicks. Like that's another gimmick is this right here. At the end, you get a little bow tie at the end of a scene. Boom. Bow tie. That's fine. I have no problem with that. That's great. My complaint is that he's so funny.
Yeah.
I put that in quotes.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, look at all that. That's a lot of words.
Is there anything meaningful in there?
No, you can skip it every time. And this is what made me angrier and angrier as I continued to read them and would not skip them. I'm like, I could be skipping these. I don't need to be reading all of this. And yet I read them all. just so that I could complain about it on the show.
Right.
That's why I'm insisting on featuring it right now.
Are at least the way he builds those boxes, are they stylistically, do they change with the scene? It looks like they are a little bit.
They change based on what they're talking about. So like they will often have a different font and logo. Like you'll have the title. It's leading up to the title. All of this is like leading up to the title.
And how long are these like scenes?
Of the scene.
Do all the scenes make
like,
one story, or are they just like little asides?
So there will be different interludes. So like this is a little interlude right here.
It's like little Jimmy Olsen.
Olsen. Yeah, exactly. And it's the Olsen kids, but they're like the Peanut Gang. Right?
Right.
Yeah. Oh, that's cute.
It is cute. The book overall is not terrible and could be.
It reminds me of Calvin and Hobbes more, is what it looks like.
Yeah, that one. It was Calvin and Hobbesy. But I mean, I feel like what he was trying to do is the Peanuts. But look at how big that. Look at how big that is.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man! Don't do that to me.
Weird dimensions on him too. Like his.
I like the book though. I do like the book. I think it's great. I think it's great Steve Lieber art.
Yeah, I was gonna say the color is great.
The coloring is amazing. Yeah, look at that. That's pretty
Oh
good.
yeah, that's fantastic. Oh, that's so great.
He's wearing armor made out of Metamorpho.
Yeah.
You can see Metamorpho's face right where
his
crotch.
I was gonna say
where his bathing suit covers.
Yeah, yes. His bathing suit hair. But like it's just
too much of this stuff.
Single issue.
Is Matt Fraction, is his problem that he's too cool for school or something like that?
He thinks he's cool as hell and funny and very funny. Like he's like,
I've liked things he's written. His Iron Man I really liked a lot.
But I feel like after Sex Criminals made him think that he was very funny and that he could do like every word. Like he just is
every word of his comes from on high.
Right. My problem with these things is like it feels like he's just writing just to write. Like there's no reason for this to exist other than to entertain him as he's writing it, because it's certainly not entertaining me.
See, that's why I don't read a lot of fiction.
But the rest of the book is fine. I just hate that there's so many of those in each issue. If it was even only one per issue, it wouldn't be that bad. But there's like 3 or 4 of those in each issue of a limited series. And on top of all of the rest of his maxi series, sure, 12-ish. On top of all the rest of his like little kind of personal flourishes, it just gets to be a bit much.
Let me introduce you to Batman number 101. This is my comic book I want to tell you about. I found out that its name it's James Tynion the Fourth.
Wait, not Tinian?
No. I looked on his Twitter handle and it says Tynan.
Tynan.
Yeah, Tynan. Guillaume March is doing the art. I like March. He does very intricate clothing wrinkles and things like that.
I like him generally speaking. I like Guillaume March.
Yeah. We get a little, hey, look, Batman in the past and how it used to be.
Look at that.
This is post-Joker War. Yeah, isn't that nice?
That's a nice 2-page spread right there.
There's a couple of 2-page spreads. There's a lot of fighting.
Grifter getting the call up.
That's right, Grifter. This is why I'm really excited, because I'm a Grifter fan. He is just a bodyguard for Lucius Fox. Here's a double-page spread of the fight. This is kind of reminiscent of like those Master of Kung Fu type stuff. I don't know about the fighting being technically legit or anything like that. That was more of a Howard thing. But I think it looks really cool.
Sure. There was a scene I just looked. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's all right. Yeah. Anyway, Fox comes out. This is another double page. I broke it up. This is what you get when you do digital. You know, think of it going panel to panel also. You're not going to get that double page anyway.
No, that's true. I do tend to have to go back and look at a full page a lot when it's a page like this.
This is sweet. And this guy's a good artist. I really love in the cape, the cowl and the cape.
Yeah.
I love the light in it. There's just such a real lighting to it.
Yeah. And he's Fox is all messed up from the punchline drug that he got messed up with in the Joker War story. And he is also he has all of the Wayne Foundation money.
I don't know what any of that means.
Luke or Lucius or whichever one he is. Whichever Fox he is.
The father is Lucius.
And he owns all of like basically like Wayne Corporation now.
Sure.
And here, this whole scene's all about how he can't really give the money back because everybody's looking at Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne's never going to be able to spend a cent without someone thinking about, you know, like where it's going because of all the shenanigans that have been going on with his fortune, and people have found out, you know.
Yeah.
So his kids, Fox's kids, are coming in. This is where you meet Tim, if you haven't met him before.
I have not.
Boom, Tim. I think Batman 313 is his first appearance, I think. Batman later on goes hang out with the cat.
313?
313? I think it's 313. First Fox family.
Wow.
Yeah. So they get in this whole conversation about what could be, but you know, it ain't really to be. What could be. What could be. I think this is a really good issue. I liked it. If you read the Joker War and you're in on Batman or wasn't sure if you're going to keep going on, I think you're going to want to. There was a lot of questions left unanswered, and the artwork's excellent, and Tynan is doing his best work as far as I'm concerned, because most of his other stuff is you have to wade through so many words, you know.
Yeah, he's wordy. I mean, he's a scion of
Snyder.
Scott Snyder, who is a wordy son of a... He's a novelist. He's a novelist.
That's what happens.
Masquerading as a comic book artist because novelism is not good for money. I mean, yeah, Pulitzer Prize-winning novelists who are giving up novel writing for Hollywood, just like they did back in the 40s.
Yeah, so, man. Ernest Hemingway tried to adapt a number of his books into movies.
Exactly.
Faulkner, I think, also.
Yeah, Faulkner didn't even adapt his own movies. He wrote screenplays that were adaptations of other people's, like Chandler. Like, he wrote adaptations of Chandler.
Check this out. So, Jill and I are watching an old Johnny Carson episode. And it's one of those episodes where Ed McMahon ain't around. So Doc Severinsen has to be Ed McMahon. And then somebody else has to take over Doc Severinsen's spot.
Oh, is that right? No, wait. Right. Somebody else was leading the band? And
yeah.
Wearing terrible clothing? Or did Doc keep his terrible
Doc
clothes?
Was still there, so to do that, for sure.
He still had his toupee and his horrible clothes.
So they had this woman on who was in, I can't remember, some play. Jill might say. Anyway, it doesn't matter. As they're talking, she's talking about how one of her movies has been on television, and she says, I don't think movies should be on television. And she's like really I mean, she seems kind of flighty and like not really all there, but maybe she said she's like scared to be on, you know, being interviewed and whatnot. It doesn't matter. It's just was funny that she was saying that about television and movies and how movies shouldn't be on television and whatnot, and
I agree
how
with her.
the world has changed.
Movies should not be on television. You should
That's
only
right.
watch them on your phone.
That's right.
Hey, what about iPad?
Oh, it was Sarah Miles and Joan of Arc.
iPad, I don't even know anymore.
Say, what was that?
Huh?
What? You don't know anymore? What?
Sarah Miles.
Sarah Miles, Joan of Arc. It was a weird episode. It had somebody. So, like I said, it was one of those episodes where just nothing was like really,
Ed
super
was
great.
just too drunk to come on stage, and was
No,
like
it was
puking
very
into a
much
trash can and stage left, just off the wings. And
If
so
you
they had to
watch,
talk.
have you ever watched Larry Sanders?
Yeah, of course.
It's more like Larry Sanders, like when Larry doesn't, they're like, oh, you
Applesauce.
can always get this person. So they had David Brenner as the comedian.
Says
Like he's young.
applesauce. Oh yeah, David
Yeah.
Brenner is
David
amazing.
Brenner.
He's the king of late night.
There you go. It was so like they can always get David Brenner, and they got someone from the zoo, and it's one of those kind of episodes.
Oh yeah. Sure.
A trash episode where they talk to Doc Severinsen for like a segment. It's like, why would you do that?
No.
Yeah.
No.
There you go.
I don't know. You would, because Ed is right in the wings over there.
No, Ed
Like
is
rolling and sweating.
no, like just like in Larry
he had some bad
Sanders.
Chinese food or something.
Just like in Larry Sanders, he's doing like Hank, and he's out promoting something instead of being on the show.
Oh, right. He's at
That's-
of course. He's at the opening of a bank or something.
Yeah,
He's out there
exactly.
giving away the publishers' clearinghouse sweepstakes money. so they couldn't or this was before that, probably. Before those times.
Where is the guy who draws and eats? That was the Jerry Seinfeld stuff you might have seen earlier, but whatever was trying to be accomplished, it wasn't happening.
Yeah, well, hey,
He
they
tries.
can't all be out of the park home runs. You know what I'm saying?
No Dropinski tonight.
What was
What's
that?
Just one of his old names, Dropinski. We
I see.
don't have our fourth tonight.
Oh yeah, he is a man of ever changing. But are we giving away the ghost here? Like these are all different people.
These are all different people for sure. All these different people that do many different things that are so the same. The same.
Not exactly the same, but you might be able to draw. But let's not. This is not one of those kind of shows where we try to connect the dots and
No, not at all.
dox people
No.
That's why I was like,
who are trying to hide behind 16,000 layers of aliases.
But if you do want to dox someone, you could dox the store.
You could dox Fantastic Comics.
Fantastic Comics
please.
is looking for it for sure.
They're a self-doxing
Always.
organization. They're
Yeah.
constantly just posting who they are and where they.
Where you can go to buy some comics. In fact, what comics maybe you should buy.
Yeah.
That type of thing.
Oh yeah, they'll tell you. They'll tell you what to buy if you ask. If you're like, oh, I don't even know what. I just need comics. Help me out.
Well, that's easy. I mean, it's just what do you like? That type of thing, right? I don't know what I like. What about like TV? What's your last television show?
I used to like heroin, but I just gave that up, and I'm trying to switch to comics now. So give me your hardest shit.
I like Jill's idea.
The plants behind me. We gotta just change this whole thing. Eventually, it's just all comics are going to be gone. We're just not going to do comics anymore.
What? That's when you'll lose me, and you'll get ATN back, though. Luckily.
I know. It will be a crazy show. No, you guys are perfect for whatever. Anyhow, so there you go. Oh, look at this. I miss Michael Turner. I missed that one. Armol says. I was not ever really a big Michael Turner fan. He did those very...
None of it's art, but I bet you liked the way he could sell a comic book.
Oh, yeah. Oh, those were fun days. When he... actually, all that Superman, Batman stuff before him, the Ed McGuinness and Jeff Loeb was hot, and all that stuff. But then
like,
Michael Turner came on.
People came in and bought Fathom stuff, right? Just based on him? No, he didn't have like a following to move Fathom at Comic Relief in the Comic Relief days.
Remember what the numbers were on a Fathom, but definitely when he was on Superman, Batman. Like, I don't think we did like crazy numbers on Witchblade or anything like that either. It's kind of like, we were a Vertigo store, and even though Top Cow was like Vertigo-esque as far as their superheroes are concerned, it's not the same thing at all, even close. But there's magic, there's a devil involved, or whatever.
Hey, man, and this is coming from someone who read some Top Cow comics for a while, like. Back when Clayton Crane was doing pen and ink drawings, and I'm going to come off like an old fogey here, but I feel like...
Back before digital.
His digital style is not my style.
No.
But I liked his... he did a book called Universe that was like tied into... It tied into Witchblade and Darkness and all that shit, so I had to briefly read that shit. And when Paul Jenkins and Dale Keown took over Darkness, I was like, I like those guys, and I have, no.
Was it good?
No. Not good.
What's that guy's name? Heck, don't tell me. Tommy? No.
Who?
What's the guy in the Darkness? Mercado or something like that?
I don't know. You know how I feel about Italians.
Yeah, we already do.
Previously established.
Jesus.
Come on. I'll double down.
I'm
fine.
Down
I'm from New Jersey. I can say these things.
Is that how it works?
Are you Italian?
That's how it works.
Him?
Yeah, somewhere.
No.
Somewhere.
There's some Italian?
Probably. Who knows?
Probably.
Yeah. I'm not going to ever give my DNA to some corporation to own my genes and tell me that I'm like, give me the bad news that I have Italian heritage. No thanks. I'm not going to pay for that.
Is that like what you mean, like a 23andMe or something like that?
23 and not me.
And not
you
me.
maybe. 23 and you maybe, but not this guy. I don't think so.
No, thank you.
There are a lot of companies that do.
I'm just kidding. I love my Italian brethren.
I love all people. There's
no,
someone
I'm not going to go there. Yeah, that was Stephanie.
Well, I mean, there's the Mankind type thing. It sucks.
I love Mankind.
I mean,
I love Brother
whatever
Love.
kind.
Dude Love. I mean, any Mick Foley character, I love.
Exactly.
So, Mankind, I'm down.
Well, I'm not so actually a big a fan of the Mick Foley character.
No, Foley is God. Whoa.
I'm joking.
You're talking about his character on The Daily Show?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, come on. Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into another episode. I know it's kind of crazy at the end or throughout or whatever. Bruja, thanks for the Star Wars review. So you're saying this is all after Han was carbon. When are we going to get to see Han?
Return of the Jedi. When he gets uncarbonated, it happens in the movie.
Oh, that's right.
So in the interim, there will be no Han.
How many issues can they pull this off? I mean,
how many issues did they do between episodes 4 and 5?
It seemed like there was more material, though.
I feel like it was like 112. There
were a lot of issues. And then they rebooted it, and then they did like the Vader, like there was they published a lot of comics since they rebooted Star Wars with Jason Aaron #1, which took place right after the end of episode 4.
But they knew where he was.
And then they went all the way up to 5, right?
This is everything else that
so now they're going to go from 5 all the way to 6. It's going to be years.
No, tell us more about 3 and 4 later, Bruja.
Okay.
This is for all you guys that want to know about. I mean, you people out there that want to know about Star Wars, the comic book. We're gonna have more.
It does fill in a lot of really good stuff.
All right, awesome. Well, again, thanks everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you next week at 8:00. At least some combination of us three, right?
Yeah.
Or who knows? Maybe somebody else.
Never know.
You never know.
All three of us might be replaced.
I might be. Yeah.
If the powers that be get involved.
Thank you very much, and we'll see you next week. Go Dodgers.